Hello. So I just became a massage therapist. Quickly, I want to specify that a massage therapist has gone through medical training while a masseuse is not licensed and illegal and can be linked to prostitution. So I always wanted a job where I could help people, and I always gave massages to friends and family to help them feel better that way. And so I thought, well, I might as well get paid for this. If you're also interested in massage therapy, here is a quick rundown on how to do it. You finish a massage therapy program, you take the massage therapy licensing exam, and then you wait for board approval in your state. That's it. So I looked at that like, oh, that's only 3 steps. Easy. Peasy. Lemon squeezy. I also have a college degree. Massage therapy programs from accredited schools cost between $6,000 and $10,000, and they take either 330 up to 1,000 hours to complete. The average time is about a year. And if you're thinking, well, C's get degrees, I'm just going to take the 300-hour course. First, check your state's requirements on how many hours you need because they're different in every state. For instance, here in Kentucky, the benchmark for required hours is 600, and I went through a 720-hour course that took about a year to complete. Also make sure that the school you go to is accredited, otherwise you may finish this massage program and get that certificate of completion, and then you'll go to your state's massage board and they'll just be like, yes, we have your application packet right here, and here is your transcript from Uncle Mo's massage school and auto care. Also, different states have different laws of whether you can practice there based on where you went to school. With most states, you can move and you just fill out some paperwork and then pay a fee, and you'll still be registered in the new state you moved to. But in places like Hawaii and New York, you had to go to school in state in order to be able to practice there because they have super special schools. As for the schooling itself, it is a breeze if you're a science person. My bachelor's is in art. I went into the school thinking I was just going to learn how to rub on bodies, and it was not like that at all. The general curriculum for massage therapy in America requires classes in ethics, business, anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, and pathology. Of course, you do have your fundamentals classes, which teach you bodywork theory and basic massage modalities, and how to do a massage without hurting yourself. Namely, that doing this for 5 hours isn't the way that you're going to build a career. This hurts your hands, so they teach you how to do specific massage techniques that you'll be able to keep going and not hurt. And not hurt the client, which is important. Because just doing this all day, every day, is how you break your thumbs 2 months in. Then there's ethics, which I thought would be teaching pretty obvious stuff. Don't be creepy. Don't do anything that people don't consent to on their intake form. Don't massage broken bones, even if they ask you to. Actually, in ethics, you'll learn not only about HIPAA and stuff like that in the medical field, but you learn how to address your clients and how they should be addressing you as their therapist, and that it's well within your rights as a therapist if your client is lying naked on top of the sheets to refuse to work on them when they say to come hither. And then there are the business classes, which teach you how to run your own business and file tax forms and how massage insurance works and a whole lot of stuff I didn't know how to make jokes about. And then all kinds of learning about how the body works and how it's not supposed to work. This is the meat of your muscle schooling, and the schooling goes from the cells up, so you fully understand how the human body works. So you go through crash courses on chemistry, microbiology, all 11 organ systems, a myriad of muscle pathologies, and then kinesiology, and it all just makes your brain go poof. In my school, we had an anatomy and physiology test every other day because we were doing crash courses on every single system of the body, all the medical terminology, all the structures and functions, and every nook and cranny of the muscular and skeletal system. Do you know what an Chromium process is? I wish I didn't. But in all seriousness, the reason why it is so in-depth is because when you're manipulating muscle tissue, you're not just touching that muscle, you're touching it and everything that the muscle connects to, which is the whole body. Again, this is the difference between a massage therapist and a masseuse. A massage therapist has studied not just how to manipulate muscle tissue, but also how it affects the whole body, and a masseuse is illegal. Then towards the end of your schooling, you'll do a clinical internship where you will be practicing all the techniques that you learned in your school's clinic. And you'll have to meet your state's requirements again for how long your internship will be. And since you're not licensed, you can't accept tips during this time. You cannot take tips during your internship because, again, it's illegal to be paid for a massage without a license. And we're not prostitutes. And then you're done. Almost. The Massage and Bodywork Licensing Examination, or MBLEX, is the final exam that you'll take to finally become a licensed massage therapist. It is a 100-question test that is randomly generated each time and covers anatomy and business and ethics and everything you learned in school. And it costs $195 to take each time. So study hard. And there are plenty of apps nowadays that you can use to study for the MBLEX. I'm shedding. I started studying 4 months prior to the exam, and I used the AMTA's official exam prep app, which is free. It has up to 500 questions that you can study with, and none of the questions on the app actually show up on the MBLEX, but it'll help you practice for the kind of questions that you will be asked on your exam. Now on the day of testing, you will go to the testing facility where you'll be there with a myriad of other professionals also taking their licensing exams. And you'll meet a scary man who will pat you down and take you to a scary cubicle where you aren't allowed to blink or breathe or move, otherwise you will be escorted out and shamed. And the reason why they have someone to pat you down and make sure that you don't move during the test is to make sure that you don't cheat. Because you could easily write something on an article of clothing or an accessory or on like a body part and then cheat on your licensing exam. Very serious business. Because imagine someone has cheated their way through school and then cheated on their licensing exam, and then the state board goes, here's a license to touch people's naked bodies. The whole no moving during the exam thing can get kind of funny when it comes to kinesiology questions though, because like it helps to move around the joints that you're thinking of answering, and so you'll be in the middle of the test and it looks like. When I took the MBLEX, there were other people like engineers and pharmacists also taking their tests in the cubicles next to me, and they were there for like 5 hours testing. But lucky for you, if you're going to be a massage therapist, you only have to test for 2. And the MBLEX really doesn't take 2 hours to finish, they just give you that buffer time. You're a slow reader. It took me less than an hour, and I think that's normal. And another reason that the MBLEX goes by really fast is because it's on a scale of 300 to 900, and you only need, I think, a 600 to pass. And so you really just need 60% right. And if you answer the 60% right already, then the test immediately ends. But it also immediately ends if you get 50% wrong, and you won't know if you just did really, really well or really, really failed until you walk out and the scary man hands you that slip of paper saying so. Anxiety. Also, the exam gets harder and harder the more questions that you answer right. So if it's too easy, you should panic. Speaking of anxiety, let's talk about waiting for board approval. So you finish massage school and you got your licensing application paperwork together and you mail it into your local state board. Local state, where else would it be? You mail it into your state board and then you just gotta wait for them to approve your paperwork. And since they meet monthly, it should be painless. Usually. Since the American Massage Therapy Association is neither government funded or government regulated, your state board members are non-paid volunteers who, without the motivation of money, will meet when they see fit. This could mean that you've gone through school and you've sent in your application with your $150 application fee, and you're still not a massage therapist because your application's just being sat on for 2 months and there's no communication as to why. Not that I know anyone this happened to. And not that I know anyone who sat in on the 30-minute meeting to find out why it had to take so long. But after all that hoo-ha, then bing bam boom, you're licensed. I'm licensed. Masseuses are not licensed. Yay! So yeah, that's how you become a massage therapist, at least in America. And after you've been practicing for a while, then you can choose a specialty, which there are a lot of. Too many to list in this video since it's already kind of long anyway, but I can make another video about that if you guys want. So if you love helping people and helping people feel better and you want to make money doing it, I hope that this video has helped you decide whether or not massage is the way you want to do it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess whenever I post next, then I will see you. Much love.